Our first guest tonight is a three-time Grammy-winning and multi-platinum selling artist who's moving his Jagger back to Las Vegas starting May 17th. Maroon 5 returns to Park MGM. Tickets go on sale Saturday. Please welcome Adam Levine. Adam, welcome, man. I wanted to say it's nice when a musician comes out and immediately acknowledges our band. I think that's very, it shows, you know,
part of the thing.
Some kind of a kinship there, right?
We understand each other.
You know, Cleto and I we've known each other since we were 9 years old. I know you guys in Maroon 5 have been together since high school, right?
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
Same dudes.
Same guys.
More or less the same guys.
What, 30 years?
Around then. I can't count anymore.
Yeah.
It's amazing, man. And somehow we are still together and we still like each other-ish.
Yeah.
Enough.
You have ups and downs, right?
As any band would.
You guys have an ongoing, I don't know if I want to call it an argument or a debate or what it was, about whether double pane glass would protect you from a velociraptor?
Yeah.
Yes.
We like to tackle the important issues.
And what side of that double pane glass were you on?
That was in, like, maybe the 90s when we had that argument. So we argue a lot. That one, I think I was on the side of, like, it's a velociraptor. So there was no double pane glass when there were velociraptors. So how are we ever going to really know if that's possible unless we can clone dinosaurs? It's a whole other debate.
Well, here's how I would approach it scientifically.
How would you approach it?
I would, first of all, I think of velociraptors, about up to your knee or something like that? Yeah, they're pretty small. Keep in mind, I get my scientific knowledge from movies.
Well, they're bigger than that.
Are they bigger than that?
They're like substantially larger than up to your knee.
If Guillermo was here tonight, he would have the answer. I know he would know this immediately.
They're huge and very strong and very powerful.
You think they're up to your knee, or
I think they're higher than your knee. I think they're like a person size, right? A velociraptor? Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I love you, but I think maybe you're wrong.
Oh, all right. Well, during the commercial break, we'll Google it and see.
This is the kind of stuff that we do.
Would you agree that if they're like below waist high, that they could not get through double pane glass?
It would be a baby if it was that small. And then I would say, no, they can't get through.
But if it's an adult and it's below the waist, would you say?
I've never seen a grown-up velociraptor that size.
You've never seen one at all. I have news for you.
I know.
Yeah.
But I've seen Jurassic Park.
See, now this is the kind of thing that could really end a band, and yet you guys have persevered.
I just had to go down the Rolodex of arguments we've had with Sean, who's backstage with us, who's our assistant tour manager, and he reminded me that like 2 weeks ago, we had a 7-hour debate because we were on a plane, and obviously there was just no way for us to find out in the moment. The debate was, how many claps are in the theme song to Friends?
Oh.
Gonna be this way. 4. Right? Am I wrong?
Well, do you add them all up or just the ones right there?
He said 5, and I'm like, it's not 5.
I think it's 5.
This way, ba 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 ba. Right? We landed and went on the internet, and we found out that actually the song, the original, this is so dumb.
The Rembrandt song.
The Rembrandt's original song, before it became the theme song of the show, it's a different version. In the Rembrandt's non-Friends version, there's 5 claps.
Is that true?
Correct, but who listens to that version? You listen to you watch the show, and when you hear and on the show, they re-recorded or they did something, and there's 4 claps. This is so lame.
That's crazy. They probably had to pay more for that 5th clap.
I don't know, but honestly, I love that the song is getting all this airtime.
Wow, so you were on the losing end of that argument, too.
No, I guess we were both right.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. Yeah, well, that's why you guys have been around for so long. We stumbled upon a video from, I believe, 1995. This is you guys.
Oh, my God.
And that's you right there in the front, right?
That's me with that great hair.
Floppy hair.
Ugh.
Look at these punk kids, huh?
Yeah, this was me attempting a stage dive and failing. Wait. All right. So
let me get back on there.
when you show that, I feel how much it hurt because they threw me back against the backstage wall. And it just was so brutal. I never...
Was that your first stage dive?
And my last.
And your last. You've never stage dived again.
No, I thought I was gonna be completely incapable of walking for the rest of my life. But it was so much adrenaline, I just popped back up.
What do you remember about your first tour with the guys?
Oh my gosh, our first tour. Well, our first big kind of tour that we got was with. To say it was with Sheryl Crow is a stretch. And I still talk to her about this to this day because it's so funny. We played the parking lot, so we didn't even. It was so sad. There was like a parking lot stage where bands would go on at like 3 or 4 o'clock when it was like blisteringly hot outside over the summer, and then the bands would go, and then she would play on the actual stage in the arena at like 9 o'clock, and that was our first big tour, and we toured in this horrible RV, which was a step up from the 15-passenger van. If you know about touring, you start off in a van, and you make your way to an RV, and if you're lucky, you get to a bus.
You get to the bus, yeah.
But the RV was, we called the RV Keitel, which was a really funny name for an RV. And it smelled like pee, and it was gross. And that's what I remember from our first big tour, was playing the parking lot of a Sheryl Crow tour in an RV that smelled
The
like
next
pee.
tour, did you upgrade to a bus, or did you keep that RV for a while?
No, we got to the bus, which
You
was
did get to
a
the bus.
huge deal.
Was it a good bus?
No. It was a bus that kind of was, the way that it worked basically with buses were you would get your first bus and you were just so excited that you weren't in a crappy van, that you had to sleep with somebody on the floor. And so you're so excited to be on a bus, that was it, you've made it. But they were sketchy like 80s buses that hadn't been refurbished, that weren't particularly nice, that could just feel how much gross stuff had happened on them over the years. And it was like, can you imagine? And so but we didn't care because we were so happy. We were just the fact that we got to be on a bus.
And the bus driver, did the quality of the drivers
Yeah,
go
and
up
there's different, of course, echelon of bus driver. The more affordable the guys are, the just more sus they tend to be.
Yes.
Like in general. And we had one that was remarkable. I'm not going to say his name because he'll probably kill me.
Okay.
But there was one that stood out. That was pretty.
In what ways did he stand out?
He was memorable.
Uh-huh.
I don't even want to go here with this story. He was a very vibrant man. Had a lot of energy. I'm not sure where that came from.
I see. I understand. Coffee, probably.
Lots of coffee.
Yeah.
And he, the funniest, the cutest thing about him, actually, cute's a weird word to use for this, but he had a little fish that he kept, and it kind of was like how he bragged about how good his driving was, where he had a fish, like a little, like a Japanese fighting fish. Those like little guys that you put in one single thing. Yeah. And he had it on his dashboard of the bus. And he's like, I'm so good that I don't want to do his voice. He's gonna figure out that I'm talking about him and kill him. And he had he had a little fish, his name was Sushi. And he had, I don't make this up. He had it on the dashboard, and that was like his way of being like, I'm so steady, that like I'm never gonna.
That if I don't splash the fish out of the bus.
Yeah, and he loved that damn fish.
And
man.
you didn't use him again for the next tour?
We used him until his services were no longer required.
I see.
And then we moved on to somebody else.
Uh-huh.
And we liked him so much. In case he's watching.
Adam Levine is here. Tickets for Maroon 5 at Park MGM come out on Saturday. We'll be right back. We're back with Adam Levine of Maroon 5. Adam is, by the way, our crack research team did some research on the velociraptor and found out 2 things: that it is the size of a wolf, and also found out it's the size of a turkey, which is none of those things match up with each other.
And if I'm being honest, I literally based my whole factual opinion of this on literally one movie. Jurassic Park.
Park, yeah,
who
right.
knows if it was right? Honestly, we're both right.
Okay, yeah, again, you've compromised beautifully. Maybe you should be in charge of the country. Maybe you're the guy who could bring us together, Adam Levine.
Nope.
Do you have fun going to Las Vegas?
I do. It's fun. I always have fun in Las Vegas.
You guys just extended, well, you must be okay with it because you just extended your residency there at Park MGM.
I'm super excited. We really weren't sure what it was going to feel like playing in Vegas, especially being a band. I think for a long time we kind of put it off, but then we finally kind of gave in.
I think there was a kind of an old thought as far as performing in Vegas goes, and now it's a little more like, it's like you're on tour, but instead of you moving,
yes.
The audience is coming in to see you for each gig, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of becomes like your living room.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a really great thing for a band who's been touring, and traveling for so many years.
For sure. Do you bring the kids to Las Vegas?
Yeah. And you know what? It's crazily enough, I think now in the modern Vegas, it is not. It's actually pretty decent for kids. It's not like it used to be.
There's great stuff for kids in Vegas, for sure.
It's fun. Yeah, they have it. I know it
You
sounds
think I'm
crazy.
joking, but no,
It sounds
there is.
crazy, but they have the cool kids stuff. They have a Chuck E. Cheese in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, well, of course they have a Chuck E. Cheese in Las Vegas.
And who doesn't love a Chuck E. Cheese? It's good.
Have you been to Chuck E. Cheese?
Well, I hadn't gone. We went to. We took our kids to Chuck E. Cheese in Las Vegas.
You did?
Yeah, because there's nothing to do there for
You
kids.
liked it?
Just kidding.
Listen, there's an aquarium there. There's you could take them to the circus. There's all kinds of stuff for kids.
Yikes! No, but so we took them to we took them to Chuck E. Cheese. I hadn't been in a long time, so my what I used to think of that place and remembering it was a bit horrifying. You know, it was not a place I have fond memories of, really.
Yeah, it's
there was
a
little
nightmare.
It was kind of sketchy, and you could hear the animatronic things moving. You know, you could hear the noise.
Yeah, those
the
animals
clanks of
smelled
it.
like a rug in
Ew.
an 80-year-old apartment.
It wasn't a good scene. However, they've kind of rebranded Chuck E. Cheese a little bit.
They have?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty good, you know. And they told us, they said, look, because we were like, hey, can we come early because we did the show on Saturday night, and then before we left on Sunday, we were going to go to Chuck E. Cheese. And they're like, if you come in at 9 a.m., you can come to Chuck E. Cheese before we open, which was really cool. So we came in, and we all played video games for an hour and a half, and then ate their pizza, which is better than it used to be, which used to be disgusting, and it's actually pretty good, right?
It is?
See, look, listen, they're agreeing with me. It's changed, and they don't have the scary robots anymore. They have.
I'm so disappointed in you people.
It's not bad. It's not bad. They have a new show that's on a screen, so it's not nearly as.
Oh, they have
as
a
it used to
TV
be.
now?
They have a TV.
Oh.
So you don't have to be weirded out by
Yeah, they got rid of the robots.
That's done.
People didn't like the robots anymore. I'm wondering where the robots went. Did they throw them in the recycling heap, or are people buying those robots, and now are there a bunch of weird homes around the country with the whole Chuck E. Cheese band set up there?
Wow, you've put a lot of thought into this.
I mean, come on now. This is
probably.
Yeah.
Probably, definitely.
Wow, I would not have guessed you for a Chuck E. Cheese guy.
I don't love Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not this big Chuck E. Cheese guy, but I was surprised at how well they did with the rebrands.
I grew up in Las Vegas there, and we just never went to Chuck E. Cheese. No.
Hey man, this is the new Chuck E. Cheese.
You know what I like to do? I like to bring some Italian tourists into a Chuck E. Cheese and let them have some of the pizza and just watch them go wild.
Okay, look, it's not that. It's not Italian amazing pizza. I mean, come on, this is not we're not.
Right, but what makes me mad is when we'll bring our kids in there and they'll be like, "This pizza is great," and I'm like, "You little bastards! Do you know how much effort I go to make a pizza
And I
at
know
home?
you're into pizza.
Or to scour the neighborhood for the best possible pizza for you.
You're
and
passionate.
then you sit here and you eat this greasy, disgusting, rebranded cheese.
When you put it like that, it makes it sound horrible.
I hope when our interview is over, we go right into a commercial for Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, I hope we do too.
Well, it's great to see you. Have
to see
great
you, man.
breakfast at Chuck E. Cheese in Vegas.
Pizza at Chuck E. Cheese.
The tickets for Maroon 5's M5LV, the Residency at Park MGM are available starting Saturday. Adam Levine, everybody. We'll be back with Halle Bailey.